stones with, and I'm honored to be present among cities and, countries who come with their very, the wealth of experience they have. So, really honored to be present amongst the specific countries on the panel. I'll, before I introduce myself, I'll, request the chairman, Lieutenant General, to give us introduce yourself, and we take this on this. Thank you.
I'm just talking about it. And I am presently the teaching NCC. We are aware that NCC is the largest uniform force in the world. It has a sanction strength of about 17 battalions, and our aim is to actually hold them, train them in the officers. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the introduction. So, just a quick introduction about myself. My name is Chirag Sharma. I'm the CEO and founder of Drone Education and Abultai Technologies. We are both a drone manufacturing company group by DDA, as well as we run the largest drone training network of Navy safety training across the country. Today we're present in 6 cities. We're adding two more in the next month, and the intent is to get to about 150 cities and create scale, and drone scaling hubs across the country. And from my experience of training over the last year or so, we've trained more than 50 pilots and instructors. Our own experience has been that one, it's a topic that has kind of ended that. There's a lot of economic opportunity that's coming around, drone scaling, there's a lot of interest, and we have identified, four core sectors where we would be needing scaling across these verticals. So one of them comes at right at the R&D level. So we will require, countries will require people in the UAV design, then engineering, space development space. And we'll be needing tons of pilots. We're talking of, becoming a $5 billion industry, drone service industry by 2025. That will require over 1 lakh pilots. Like sir mentioned, we have 17 lakhs, one of the largest groups. So hopefully we'll be able to leverage their and then bring this kind of scale, in our ecosystem. And we also have other skill set that focuses on maintenance, repair, repetition. And lastly, we're talking about once all the data is acquired, you've done everything, you also need to process this, to get insights. These are four verticals that personally from our experience people have identified which would play a major role. And then we have specialists amongst us, we'll be able to get more information on these. So we would start off now with we have Dr. Abhilasha over here on the please introduce yourself, and I'll quickly ask a question also that might be up to you to answer. So, when we talk about, especially on the design space, India as a country has been great at assessing and manufacturing, but our core design and making something IPA-based is something that is still a bit, this is where we would create high-value IP products. So, how do you foresee ESCI, what kind of skills that you have and bring into the system, which are complementary to what the electronic space is already done? How can we get that as a room that you love to have?
Thank you, Chirag. I'm Dr. Abhilasha Gaur, Chief Operating Officer for Electronic Council of India. We started our operations in 2012 with the leading industry bodies who are in the electronic system design and manufacturing space, and we work very closely under Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship with NABC and National Council for Vocational Education and Training. As far as drones are concerned, definitely we saw a lot of school children also today in the pavilion. So that shows that how fascinated the next generation is with the drones. So a lot of responsibility comes to us as we are in the ecosystem to provide that kind of opportunities to the candidates who want to make a career in this segment. As far as ESCI is concerned, to answer your question, Chirag, we are, until a few years back, we were focusing mainly on consumer electronics, PCB design, solar and renewable energy, security, surveillance, and now the focus is shifting to industrial automation, drones, mechatronics, and even with semiconductors, which is a very important part. And as we are aware, the designing incentive scheme which has launched by Government of India, so So we have already got our processes in place with our ethical aligned processes regarding payment, I-9 and embedded system also, same way with IoT hardware and software also. So those courses are already in place. But as we all know that as far as the manufacturing is concerned for drones in India, still definitely it is started picking up, but we are still more dependent on imports. But I'm sure with this coming year situation, the landscape will change. Right now, what we are offering to the candidates drone is assembling and manufacturing courses as well as repair and service. As we see a lot of people who are gathered here and everybody is seeing a lot of applications, not only into agriculture or logistics or defense. So definitely we know that we require a workforce who will be able to for the repair and maintenance, for the services, also for the schools. So those courses are in place. Yes, IT and design will take some time to cover with this kind of process.
Thank you, ma'am. I mean, rightly agree. So I'm glad that there are courses coming at that level where at least we'll be able to enable it to, get, because when we see we're talking of lack of courses, so this is going to be at par with the automobile industry from a scale perspective. So when we talk about the better scaling requirement goes into an automobile, industry, the same thing, we will have to talk that. So the kind of courses that you've outlined, especially on the, at least to get them started on, assembly, maintenance, get that. So there is that skill set also needed in bulk, in volume, and that has to be done in there. So we'll be very thankful as an industry, we can get that support, because even today, there's immense shortage. This is something completely new. And with different Indian manufacturers currently are developing products which are, they may not be fully standardized. I believe with the skill set that we will be able to leverage from the NPCI, we may be able to cross-utilize and take the profit from that company as well. So thank you, ma'am. I'll just go on to watching the ma'am. She's actually been in the training space from manufacturing space for a very long time and been interacting with the students as well. Ma'am, I would like to ask you a question. When and how do you foresee this role, as a subject being introduced into our education system? What would be the right time? When is it that we should start it? And then how do you foresee, this transition from moving from education to getting something else?
And today our own PM is flying a drone. So everybody looks up to him. If he's flying the drone, so I'm sure each and every child and global of my country who wants to fly the drone. So what I say is, as a group, that is the company which I started, and I think I was the first woman entrepreneur of the country. And our group feels that this education should be from KG to PG. A child is going to KG, he should be given the drone education, and then he is given the person which is fixing and making a drone, understanding. And small modules we already need. And this system is already running in our schools where we are going and teaching them how to. That concept is important. That how to manufacture a drone, how does it fly, what is a motor, what is a propeller. All these concepts are gone into a person's mind. So, hiring people, even if a child gets a drone back home, his parents are also from where it is done. See, when we were small in class, computers came in, and everybody got one. So similarly, in the drone, it will be the next vehicle. And I can promise you, in the next 5 years, there will be a home drone, which everybody will have. So everybody has to learn this. We need this in our ecosystem, and who else will do it? We are the trainers. We have to teach everybody. Now colleges are asking for drone trainers, and it's not only like drone manufacturing. It is about drone flying, then analyzing the software. So everywhere this is there. For every one drone, I see around 10 people getting employed. So see, it's like a new thing, new guy who each everyone. Even if I believe in teaching anybody, even anybody who's in the roadside, whether he has a certificate, doesn't have a certificate, he should enter the fire. So everybody will try.
aircraft, 1,000 jobs or 2,000 jobs. But at the scale that we're talking in terms of drone adoption, yeah, that 1 to 10 people, I mean, and with lakhs of drones, we're talking about millions of jobs. So yes, it does bring in a revolution. On a more personal front, which is that, when we're now interacting with politics, that's where the bulk of skilling is there, and things is coming up. So we also personally think that this drone education probably would start sweet science, right from science onwards, where in high school, like we took up computer programs, the same thing would be started in high school as well. So at least by the time they come to college, it's not a new baby, nothing completely fresh that's coming to the baby. So definitely completely concur with you. We can probably come back to this for once. We talked about 17 and a half cadets. So we're talking about, again, voluminous numbers. So how does Army today, technology is teaching on practical the level of innovation is taken as needed. It's also real time. So how does the answer in your let's say, how do you, is there a framework? How do you implement such type of skilling? How do you make sure that the people remain current? And then especially when drones are coming, how do you foresee that getting within this setup?
I'll talk about it, we have constantly look at the situation of the kids and also at what is required. We have everything apart from doing daily activities, we also provide them we also do simulated training, we also do aeronautical training. We have identified some kind of skills which would meet the aspiration of the cadets, also to help them getting a job. We are in the process of studying it, and drone training, drone pilot is also one of the issue under consideration. Our requirement, the numbers of cadets are quite big. Our spread is also all over the country, almost in all the states. So let's see how it goes.
Thank you, sir. And then any help you need from the industry, we're all available. The whole ecosystem, this kind of training that so I'm sure you have one piece for that. So we would be happy to support in any way, to ensure that these cadets get trained and also paid job training. And then to be honest, there will be tons of private jobs also available for them. Another thing, training, what our experience is just today, when we go out and hire for the company, let's say hiring 500 people today, as we speak, now those 500 pilots are starting to come like this because these guys are not used to staying in the field. They're not used to, but the drone pilot requires, it's not just flying, it's not just knowledge, but there is an attitude, there is an endurance that they have to build as well that is fundamentally needed. And I think it's so easy that the youth today is a little more tech-savvy, used to air-conditioned offices. So NCC, I think because they run with that mental attitude of being concerned, so I think they will become really, I personally think that they will come exactly in this direction that we think. I think Vandana probably has something to add there.
What Chirag is saying that really happened. Because a drone pilot, if you are talking about drone pilot, not the heavy pilot, the pilot needs to know दूर का और पसीने का काम है, not easy. And कभी-कभी हम जब उड़ा रहे हैं तो हमको ख्याल नहीं रखना है. कभी-कभी आप सीने के ऊपर से उड़ा रहे हैं, तो आप उड़ाने में से मजबूर हो जाएंगे, एक कदम पीछे रखेंगे तो आप गिर सकते हैं. तो वो उन लोगों के लिए है जिनको एक जुनून है, जिन्हें बाहर निकल के कुछ करना है, एक डिफरेंट टाइप से करना है. और ड्रोन पायलट इसका डिफरेंट बॉल गेम. तो ये सोचना ड्रोन पायलट बन रहे हो तो भाई ये सब करने को मिलेगा.
आज नॉट फॉर द ग्रेट आर्टिस्ट और सुना जाता है मेरे साथ तो ड्रोन पायलट भी नॉट फॉर द ग्रेट आर्टिस्ट यू वांट टू मेक श्योर दैट you love the speed, you love the fun, you love the energy because that is what's going to drive that balance. So we've spoken a bit about piloting, but I want to we have Subhash Adan, the CTO and co-founder of R1 System, one of the leading drone as a service company that has done a phenomenal job when it comes to problems with large responsibility. So we can talk about piloting, but it's a completely other range of designing, engineering, manufacturing, development. Where I personally feel India has always done that behind it and R&D. So how do you foresee, at what point and where do we introduce, this whole R&D ecosystem should be established in order to foster innovation? We start making world-class products in India that we can sell. That's actually a very interesting question. That's something which has been very customer asked for many, I would say, months now. And before I come to that particular question, maybe I can introduce a bit about our company first. So our Aravind System, we have been providing end-to-end, I would say, solutions to enterprises with the help of our drones for the last 9 years now. And we have mapped the overall of more than 75,000 square kilometers of area historically across India. Till date, under the Commercial scheme, we have mapped more than 15,000 square kilometers of area till now, which means more than 25,000 number of villages across the country. So, what I will talk about is majorly from the perspective and the pain points of what the manufacturers have been making. So, there are two types of issues that majorly is talked about when it comes to the drone technology. One is the issues in terms of the operators and the piloting skills that is required to operate the drone on the field. And the other is of the engineers, of the researchers, of the developers who are going to do the ground level innovation and come up with some world-class products which has got embedded in automation, which can indirectly answer the level between the requirement of the operator to the percentage itself. So there has been a lot of around doing skills development of operators and pilots. What I believe is that we need to focus more on innovating and innovating in a way such that the need of the operators to first place is reduced as much as possible. Right? So when we talk about the operators is term which is referred to pilot. Why is that? Because pilot means you have to remote control pilot a particular drone. Right? That's actually not even the case for most of the drone applications today, especially on enterprise-based applications. You don't even need to pilot a drone. What you need is to pre-plan the mission that is going to be automatically be executed by the drone. Right? What you need to do at the end of the day, as Shana also mentioned about, you have to be able to endure the conditions of the field. You have to have the skills. Not only skills, you need to have the right kind of attitude. And that kind of determination should be there on the field because conditions where these drones typically operate are extremely hard, no doubt about that. And there is no doubt about it. There is a short-term immediate requirement of a lot of pilots. There has to be a lot of effort put in that particular direction. That being said, there is a long-term, as we see even more direct requirement of a talent pool of mechanical engineers, electronic engineers, electrical system engineers, most importantly, embedded software developers, front-end engineers, and so on. Right? And this is something which is, I believe, someone not being talked about as much. See, I really let you into one of the secrets of what Aravind is doing. Right? I believe that we have different drones which are on the field, which are doing more than 400 types. And how I think have we been able to manage that show? Of course, training of the operators is an important part of it, but more importantly is about the back-end engine. We have a certain kind of a, I would say, self-monitoring system, which indirectly monitors the SOPs or the activities of the drone operators on the field. The flight log, the amount of data which is being actually generated from these drones, not just the data generated from the sensors on board, but also there is a lot of data around the navigation system of the drone which is also available. This can actually give amazing insights of how the drone operator can actually is actually performing on the field. Because again, as I mentioned, as an operator, you have to be able to follow the field. You don't have to, I mean, have this kind of use case like the captains of a airline with ideally need. Right? So innovating on the back end, innovating on the core technology, which can actually enable the core operations and streamline things for the operators on the field is something which is even more tightly needed. Unfortunately, what is happening right now, I mean, of course, this is not a generalized statement, but yeah, for majority of the products around the drone space, ecosystem in the countries are available, currently they are based on a lot of assembled components. There is no individual development happening on the floor. It's majorly something on the field or sharing the technology from outside. There is, I think, a lot of owners which like the manufacturers, train their engineers, and come up with really innovative products. There has to be a focus on not just working on the application layer of the phone, but also to understand the concept behind how that phone is actually flying. Nobody, a lot of engineers that interact with us in the past 9 years of me working with other investment firms. I would have interacted with more than 2,500. I would have interviewed more than 2,500 engineers in this particular space. And what I find is the core understanding of the concept has been ideal, right? So now it's the honor of the manufacturers that you are good job. You are done great. Honorable ministers, the PM, they have this amazing vision of making India as the throne of the globe, right? That cannot happen without us. That cannot happen with foreign technology, right? And maybe other way how this problem can be addressed is through academia. I think it's high time now that the Education Institute will start introducing drone tech and syllabus in their courses around this particular technology, which will enable and make available pressure, which I would say would be ready to contribute to this particular space directly after coming out of their educational institute. And this is something we may be hearing a lot of government intervention in the form of grants and creating an ecosystem in the academy and the educational institutes, primarily engineering institutes, where the government can also play a lot of.
Yeah, thank you, so as rightly said, I personally feel, if we're talking of reaching basically, fundamentally what I gather from the points that you laid out, if there is a gap between, once you're educated and once you join the industry, there is a gap that needs to be kind of addressed, which I personally think we have to, that's where skill development comes into play. And that's kind of something much inherently nature and it's probably applicable across different industries. हम बच्चे को पढ़ाते हैं स्कूल में वो कुछ पढ़ाते हैं वो एकदम रट्टे वाली पढ़ाई होती है उसके बाद वो इंडस्ट्री में जाता है आप एमबीए का भी एग्जाम्पल लेंगे तो पूरे ऑनलाइन प्रोग्राम चलते हैं एमबीए के लिए पर वो जाता है तो उसको जॉब लेंगे so I think what you're really saying and I personally feel that I've already started seeing that momentum. There are many tech schools, colleges who are starting to incorporate centers of excellence with regards to drones. So once these centers of excellence are coming into play, this is like the stepping stone in terms of fostering that R&D and innovation ecosystem. And I personally think that this is probably the right time and players like us who are in the drone manufacturing and who develop space to sign up with relationships with the university and run these courses. I mean, I think this is where the manufacturers should come and co-create different curriculums and programs because then essentially what you've done is like the tablets in the world, your TCS, with those, they start doing this campuses, co-curriculum areas, they start developing these programs of other that can come up, the entire is ready prepared. I think that is a big problem also assist in making sure that they are attuned to that mindset. Sure. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So, thank you, Jai, for getting this beautiful presentation here. And I represent Skill India ecosystem. And I would like to first also pay some regard the huge effort by Drone Foundation of India and the Institute of Aviation, who have organized a huge event and got all the drone ecosystem into one place, into one group. A huge applause for them, first of all. So I just heard after saying, we want to ignite and motivate the youngsters of India for the whole ecosystem. So उसके लिए I have also some few thoughts and we are working on that. So जो मैं रिप्रेजेंट करता हूँ वो है एरोस्पेस एंड एविएशन सेक्टर काउंसिल जो कि कंप्लीट ऑल वर्टिकल्स ऑफ स्किल डेवलपमेंट इन एरोस्पेस जैसे कि एयर ऑपरेशन manufacturing overall also the design and now
आप कैमरा में ले लो you will submit the skill council.
So other areas we have developed a qualification framework under the National Council of Education and Training और उसके अंदर ये अभी हमारी प्रयास जारी है कि स्कूलों में बात किया, स्कूलों के अंदर तो अभी हमको एक पूरा मिला है मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एजुकेशन से जब हम लोग बच्चों के लिए 10 बैगर्स डेज मतलब 10 दिन बच्चा स्कूल में बैठ के ना जाए ऐसी एक्टिविटी को प्रोत्साहन दे सकते हैं। तो उसके लिए things are coming in the development, coming from the council, many other stakeholders. तो उसमें ड्रोन एक एरिया है जिसके अंदर में हम लोग टिंकरिंग लैब जो इनोवेशन मिशन के अंदर में है, they can be provided with a small nano drone, doesn't require license, they can open it, फोन कर सकते हैं, बच्चे कर सकते हैं, फ्लाई कर सकते हैं और कई बच्चे अपने तो कोडिंग भी करते हैं। So they can apply that coding and see the drone flying is controlled and possible. So यहाँ से नहीं होगा हमारा मिशन और भी ज्यादा and then it is coming to the college level. तो कॉलेज लेवल में हम लोग ये ऐसे कर रहे हैं कि यूनिफाइड प्रोजेक्ट फ्रेमवर्क जो अभी मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एजुकेशन ने लॉन्च किया है जिसमें की सारी स्किलिंग एक्टिविटीज हमारे कॉर्पोरेशन फ्रेमवर्क उसको 30 आवर्स में मल्टीपल में लिखा गया। तो जो ये एक्टिविटी उसमें कॉलेज के स्टूडेंट कैन टेक क्रेडिट 30 आवर्स का वो एक स्किलिंग एक्टिविटी करेगा और एक क्रेडिट इशू होगा तो विच इज यूजफुल और जिस तरह आजकल लोग दे कैन हैव अ डुअल सर्टिफिकेशन सिस्टम and come from the college so they can have credits from drone, credits from making and from other activities also which he finds useful and they can come out, they can do a exact multiple language scheme जो कि आगे हमारी NEP नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी के अंदर में तो कोई चीज है ना एक्टिविटी क्लियर देखिए सब काफी एक ओवरऑल डेवलपमेंट होगा तो इस कंपनी का ये ट्रेंड हो गया तो भी हमें गाइड अगर जैसे आपने बताया कि लो कि वो आप इसमें खड़े होंगे सर्वे मैपिंग करेगा तो उसमें ये वो सर्वे लेगा तो जैसे एविडेंस जो कि अगर मैं रोड गाड़ी करना आसान है लेकिन उसको ऑपरेट करना बहुत मुश्किल है डिफरेंट सर्कमस्टेंसेस टू ऑपरेट
ये कहना चाहती थी कि जब हमने काम किया तो उस वक्त बच्चे हमारे साथ जुड़े मुझे ये करना है बच्चे में काम करना कुछ में काम करना चाहते हैं उसने मुझे जो बताया और विदेश में भी जॉब में उनकी जानकारी थी कि बहुत ही
लोगों को ले जा रहा है जानकर जा रहे हैं जाएंगे और अपन सारी
क्योंकि वो बच्चे को भी कुछ तो काम करने में उसके बाद कल को तो सुभाष एरोनॉटिकल मैकेनिक सिस्टम इंजीनियर जो होते हैं बट वो लेवल और वो थोड़ा सा और श्योर बनेगा आपके पास थोड़ा ज़्यादा राइट एक तो कौन से टाइप की स्किल्स आ सकती है जो अभी की जो और आज का क्योंकि पायलट भी आज के पायलट तो उनका अपडेट और उनका और उनका अपनी क्या होंगे एविएशन से जुड़े और अपने विभाग के
ट्रक में एक का प्रेशर गलत होता है, इंजन का एलर्जी का गलत होता है, एक अल्टरनेटिव का तरफ से एक डेफिनेशन होता है, ऐसा ऐसा पॉसिबल नहीं है। तो ये ड्रोन में वन पर्सन कैन बी मल्टीपल। तो इसको ये नहीं है कि अगर वो ऑपरेटर है तो वो डेफिनेशन में काम नहीं करेगा। तो दैट्स व्हाई एक काइंड ऑफ कंबाइंड जॉब, ओवरऑल जॉब व्हेन ही हैज टू बी drive a drone and also at the end of the day, we should know how to assemble it, deassemble it, do any troubleshooting, and also at the end of it, data interpretation is one of it. So this, because the drone has been in certain state, nobody can afford to have only computer information or operator. So this is the scaling is where we're trying to bring it. And other question that we are talking about, yeah, primarily, जो कि गवर्नमेंट का भी सिविल एविएशन का जो एक्जिस्टिंग एसपीओ फ्लाइट ट्रेनिंग ऑपरेशन में उन्हीं को लाइसेंस दिया गया ड्रोन पायलट ट्रेनिंग ऑपरेशन करा के, और अभी भी वही चल रहा है। तो नाउ द इलेक्ट्रिक ओपन इनिशियल बिकॉज वी वांटेड मॉर अफोर्डेबल कॉलेज because any flight object in the air which is controlled air pollution से काम करता है, रेगुलेशन काम करता है, they should know about unmanned traffic management, they have to know about any danger area में नहीं चला गया है। So that industry now is now getting lectured. So now the university is now open. So with that, ये भाई aeronautical engineering, but now everybody is welcome, everybody is interested with the basic knowledge of science, and they should not be colorblind when it operating, because they should know drone come here, that drone come here, basic medical department, and then the other one that has to work.
Thank you, sir. One last question is that, so if we have to read down after so let's say just to get trained, what kind of mechanism can we put into place where to हमारी industry को लोगों को कैसे हम pick up करें, how to so and you can help us to establish the connect, how do we get access to the people that can train, how can we utilize filter as well as what anything that we can
so what we've done is that first I mean 100 ideas as a mathematics and role manufacturing and certification and home certification. These two courses will be run in all these 100 ideas, and later on more ideas will be added to it. So that's one. Second, when we talk about services, so in BTech colleges like Shivanta was also saying, so AICT has got a scheme called Karna, and that Karna scheme has allowed students, I mean all the BTech students, they go for an internship for around 4 to 6 months. So they have allowed that these NSPF aligned courses, they can take up this course and then the same credit will be given to them, and this added certification will be given to them. So that is how another generation of workforce will be added. The courses which are launched in ITI, these courses here launches in the industry incubation programs, where there is manufacturing and industry course, where 90 hours of around theory, where all the aspects of programs and everything is being included to the candidate, 150 hours of practical and 150 hours of OGT has also been included. So that is how they get the complete industry exposure also, and definitely all the manufacturers and the people who are in the industry, they will be able to get exposure. So the ball has already started playing for and I'm sure everybody will get it.
Outstanding. We will definitely be the users for that 150 hours of training. We will look forward to having talent on board and utilize that fresh between SGF. So, to actually continue to get the idea that Thank you. So I think we're at 111 seconds, 1 minute closer. So I would love some closing remarks of saying and then conclude the session.
After seeing all the technology in the drone, we can convince it is still the man behind the machine. However autonomous the system will be, in foreseeable future, it will still be the man behind the machine. And thus, the skill towards drone, be it as a service sector or manufacturing sector, is in check. And if we want the dream of India to move on, we have to focus on this. With this, of course, we are seeing government taking this initiative and also from the Thank you.
Yeah, very well, very well. We need to know the transition. Interestingly, इसलिए हमारे रेगुलेटर्स में वो आर बनता है, रिमोटली पायलटेड एयरक्राफ्ट सिस्टम जो सभी exist करता है, वो हमेशा से रहने वाला ही आगे के लिए। And I would like to thank
that skill development lies in the heart of, actually the heart of right behind the Digital India, Stand-up India, and all other, like our members skill is not there, everybody can be needed and become global skills of world, and nobody will recognize her. So behind her message, behind operation, and any aspect of your system, skill India is what we should all support. With a good development, of programs. Down to every school and college. Thank you.
और भारत में आधी प्रतिशत जो महिलाएं हैं उनके लिए भी मेरा एक छोटा सा मैसेज है कि अगर आप स्मार्टफोन यूज कर सकते हैं, वॉशिंग मशीन यूज कर सकते हैं, डिशवॉशर यूज कर सकते हैं, मिक्सी यूज कर सकते हैं, तो आप फोन उड़ा सकते हो। और मेरी 5 years later आप देखिए अपने बच्चों का जो टिफिन है ना रोड में लेकर स्कूल ले जाते। So please, we are not behind. So please start learning from every one of you and anybody who wants to learn. It's just a machine. He doesn't know whether it's going to take or something. So we can understand that.
very well. एयरक्राफ्ट वाली थोड़ी जहाज में बनाने का कोशिश करी तो पीछे रह गए, बट ड्रोन में डेफिनेटली हम 2020 का जो बनाने का हमारा मकसद है, आई थिंक उसमें हम एकदम टाइमिंग एकदम ऐड पे ड्रोन रीच के लिए। एक लास्ट पॉइंट मेरा जो अगर वो जैसे रहेगा, रिक्वेस्ट टू द पॉलिसी मेकर्स टू एवरीबॉडी है, ये पूरा करिकुलम अगर हम उसको वर्नाक्युलर लेके जाएं, इसको अलग अलग लैंग्वेज में करें, वो बहुत जरूरी रहेगा। आज की सर्टिफिकेशन केवल इंग्लिश में चल रही है, तो हम लोग किसान ग्रुप की भी बात करें, किसान शक्ति के प्रोग्राम की बात करें, उन लोगों को, और अगर आपने आज पायलट की रिक्वायरमेंट केवल एक 10वीं पास बच्चा रखा है, 10वीं पास बच्चा आपका कन्नड़ में अगर कोई बोर्ड से पास हो तो उसको इतना इंग्लिश ज़्यादा है कि ना हिंदी है। तो ऐसे अलग अलग लोकेशन रहती हैं जहाँ पे सिर्फ वर्नाक्युलर होना चाहिए कॉन्टेंट। तो मेरी एक hopefully this goes up to the right people and then as a request because हमने कभी इंडस्ट्री से कलेक्टेड ये कंपनी है रिक्वायरमेंट कि स्किलिंग की लोकल भाषा में हुई। ड्रोन का जीपीएस तो आप जैसे अगर वहाँ की व्हाट्सएप अपडेट करते हैं उतनी चीज तो आप कर सकते हैं। तो अगर डीएम कंस्ट्रक्शन उसका एग्जामिनेशन उस लैंग्वेज में लिया जाए तो कोई बच्चा सकती है। We are also pushing very hard. So with this, we would like to thank everyone who has been Spanish. Yes, we look forward